Bulginaka, do you know that cybercrime is becoming a growing problem in Fiji?
Cybercrime is defined as a crime in which a computer is the object of the crime, such as hacking and spamming.
Cybercrime is also cyberbullying and using fake profiles to cause panic and spreading false news.
If you're involved in this or know anyone who's committing these crimes, report them immediately.
I'm Polly.
And I'm Peter.
We host the Traffic Jam Show on Today FM.
From 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. every weekday.
Do the right thing.
Fiji, in this bulletin, COVID-19 could lead to increased expenses. Juveniles alleged to have beaten a student bailed. And termination leads to roads backlog.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Edwin Nunn.
BSP Life has assured policyholders that its investments won't take a major hit from the coronavirus outbreak. With a $760 million portfolio, the insurance provider has majority interests in Sofitel Resort and Spa in Nandi. Managing Director Michael Nadola says their investment base is diverse enough to ensure that COVID-19 will have minimal effects on returns.
We are always forward-looking in the way we manage the portfolio to ensure it's diversified so that it can manage and withstand shocks as and when they occur. So at the moment we're preparing for discussion with our board on the bonus payouts to be paid to policyholders for 2019 year. There will be some robust discussions there.
There are now fears that Fijians will soon have to fork out extra for goods and services as the impact of COVID-19 continues to rattle the world. Local businesses say they've started feeling the pinch of the outbreak because most of China's factories have closed down and the manufacturing network has come to a standstill. Economist Dr. Rohit Kishore says traders will now have to resort to new markets, which will come with added costs, putting more pressure on low-income earners.
If you put price pressure on them, they'll have to fork out their savings, and they're already less there. They probably have nothing left.
Suva Retailers Association says Fiji is not immune to the effects of the global market performance. The Land Transport Authority has made a deal with some insurance companies to inspect vehicle and driver history before assessing the risk and appropriate premiums. This would now mean that drivers with bad records will be paying higher insurance premiums in the next few months. Chief Executive Samuel Simpson says the board has decided to give regulated insurance companies limited access to the LTA vehicle and driver database.
Don't have tins because your motor vehicle insurance is going to escalate in accordance with your driving history. So if you have a bad driving history, your insurance premium might be $1,000, $1,500. If you've got a clear record, your insurance might be $500, $600.
3 juveniles who are alleged to have beaten a student at a school in Tailevu have been granted bail. 2 of the accused are aged 17, while the third is a 16-year-old. They all have been charged with 1 count each of assault causing actual bodily harm. The former school students were represented by legal aid. The case has been adjourned to April 24th and will be called in the Nosuri Magistrates Court. The 3 were charged after a video of the alleged assault surfaced on social media. Meanwhile, bullying in schools is a major concern for the Fiji Police Force. Police spokesperson Anna Naisoro says it's one of the main topics during awareness in schools under their community policing program. Naisoro says the police were also part of a Train the Trainers program to upskill school heads to identify disciplinary issues and social problems faced by students. Other issues occurring in schools include assault and sexual crimes involving students.
And these are some of the issues that are being discussed openly with them because it is becoming an issue. With the stats that were also released by the ministry, it's something that we need to really address because to avoid situations such as what transpired in that video that is now in circulation or that was in circulation.
The President of the 74th session of the United Nations General Assembly has commended Fiji for its leadership on oceans issues. The President, who is currently on an official visit, believes Fiji has done a great job. The UN is looking forward to further working with Fiji on various aspects as 2020 is a special year for both countries.
The threat to the environment, the whole question of the year 2020 and what it means for Fiji, 50 years of independence is extremely important. for the United Nations, 75 years is also extremely significant.
Fiji is welcoming our 50th year of independence as the United Nations enters its 75th year. So 2020 is a milestone for both of us. It's clear that our cooperation is entering a new era as well, as we've explored a number of new ways that the United Nations can support sustainable development aspirations in Fiji and indeed across the entire Pacific.
7 people will front court soon for damaging road infrastructure. Fiji Roads Authority Chief Executive Jonathan Moore says the FRA is serious when it warns that motorists who damage new roads will be fined. There's been significant damage along the new 4-lane road on the King's Highway from the Rewa Bridge to Nakasi. Moore adds if motorists fail to pay the fine, the FRA will take legal action.
Right now I think we've got 7 cases at the moment being processed. The average cost of damage is around about $7,000 or $8,000 per incident. So when you look at the number of incidents on that section of road alone, that's a significant amount of money.
Moore says damage caused to traffic light signals are even higher, with repairs costing up to $30,000. Coming up, another school athletic zone coming up.
Oira na ngone no de nunu ena be singa ni mataka.
Merci sunga da kena loma dina kena be karon.
Sakena ngau na mitaro bina no rabak sangai ka wala loma takina ngone. Dalabina oya o meliki.
Bulre oya o Samuel Samuli.
Nama kikirau ena be mataka.
Oniti kena makarombuka.
Ni wai tiri kalima na miniti me ono kina tiri na kaloko. Ena Radio Fiji One na ndomo ibiti.
Pindah-pindah na mataka dan ramai na singabo.
Welcome back. The good news keeps on coming for secondary school athletics fans. The Fijian Broadcasting Corporation has announced it will air the Nasinu, Naitasiri and Nausori zone live on its FBC Sports channel. Aquila Dama reports.
After the success of the Suva Zone 1 last week, FBC yesterday dropped another bombshell, but this time it's the Triple N zone.
There is a need to do this because majority of our parents, even our students who are boarding in our boarding schools, especially in Lilin Memorial School and the Takambo School, majority of their parents come from the islands. They are in the interior of Fiji, and some of the friends, the old scholars, they are living abroad. They would also like to watch the games live.
FBC received a lot of positive feedbacks following the Suva Zone 1 live coverage and expects to do even better in the Triple N.
Well, it's great for us as a national broadcaster because we're able to bring more local sports to Fijians all over Fiji through the YLSC platform. The FBC Sports channel is available on the YLSC set-top box and also the YLSC app.
16 schools are part of the Triple N zone, which will be held on the 27th of this month at the ANZ Stadium in Suva. Aquila Dama, FBC Sports.
The unique spirit and character-building values of rugby were on show as 16 captains visited the Ronald McDonald House in Vancouver ahead of the Canada Sevens this weekend. The Maris Brothers High School Under-19 team will focus on defence tomorrow and as they take on Nasinu Secondary in the Fiji Secondary Schools Rugby League Southeastern Zone semi-final. The young men from Flagstaff last made it to the finals in 2018. Venina Rakautonga has more.
Maris knows it's going to be tough against an unbeaten team.
The main focus for this week preparation is to better our defense and also our ball running. Those are the very important weapons in rugby league. If you couldn't defend well, there will be a lot of penetration from the other opposition team. So that is one thing that we are focusing on this week to better our defense.
Team captain Sekove Tangivakiverata says there are 2 key elements in preparing the team to meet Nasinu.
For this week, we're just working on 2 things. It's working on defense and discipline. That's all. We can win over Nasinu. Just to work on discipline and defense.
Maris Brothers High School will go against Nasinu Secondary School at 12:30 p.m. before Queen Victoria School faces Ratu Kandavalewa School in the Under-19 semi-finals tomorrow. Venina Rakautonga, FBC Sports.
Tonga has an objective heading into the World Rugby Pacific Challenge, and that's to win. Heading into the first match against Junior Japan, head coach Filisao says they are aiming for victory. The two sides last met in 2019 in the WPNC, where Junior Japan beat Tonga 39-10 at the ANZ Stadium in Suva.
We'll take the champion. This is our aim. This is our goal.
The match between Tonga A and Junior Japan will kick off at 2:30 p.m. Meanwhile, the Swire Shipping Fijian Warriors have named a strong side to take on Samoa A at 5 p.m. today at the ANZ Stadium in Suva. Qualifying for the 2020 Olympic Games and winning on home soil is the ultimate aim of archers Richard Elder, George Fong and Nathan Kirk. The three will compete in the recurve division of the Oceania Archery Championship to be held in Fiji from the 6th to the 9th of April. Archery Fiji President George Fong says for the archers to qualify for the Olympics, they must perform to their best.
It's a continental qualifying tournament for both the Tokyo Olympics and the 2021 World Games. It's very important for our archers to perform at their best and to make their country proud.
Expect afternoon or evening showers and possible thunderstorms over most places. And that's your FBC Morning News. Remember to join us at 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. for our major bulletin for these stories and others. You can also tune in daily to our sister station Gold FM. That's it from me for now. Have a good morning.
हमारे खूबसूरत देश फिजी में चाइल्ड अब्यूज की घटनाएं आए दिन बढ़ रही हैं।
क्यों बच्चों का मासूम बचपन अब्यूज का शिकार हो जाता है?
अपने बच्चों की सुरक्षा का खास ख्याल रखें।
उनसे बातचीत करें, उनके दोस्तों के बारे में जानें।
आज के बच्चे देश का भविष्य है। मैं दीप्ति
और मैं मोनिश,
आपके हमसफर। शामिल हो जाए हमारे साथ मंडे टू फ्राइडे
5:45 AM से 10 AM तक
रेडियो फिजी 2 देश की धड़कन पर।